The Dark Lord, Bob, and the Dragon Egg. A short story. The fiery pits of Mount Evil erupted, sending spouts of lava high into the air. The procession of minions trailing after a dark, imposing figure all huddled together near the center of the narrow stone bridge, but their master didn't flinch. That is, all the minions except one huddled together. Bob, too busy feasting on his plate of eggs to notice the inferno that the bridge was suspended over, trotted happily after the master of the fortress, Dark Lord Bad Guy. Ah, Bob, so lovable, so dumb. The Dark Lord strode to the pedestal suspended over the lava via magic, revealing the object he had kept carefully hidden in his sleeves, an egg completely covered in metallic scales. Ever mindful of the expectancies placed upon Dark Lords and the dramatic reveal that was required every time they unveiled a new plan, he lifted it high for all those behind him to see.
"Behold the egg!"
he announced, a satisfactory chorus of "Ooh!" coming from behind him, courtesy of his minions, along with the unexpected sound of "Yeah! They're delicious!" Silence fell upon the assembly as Bad Guy turned, carefully lowering the egg and looking down at Bob, who was intently shoveling the last of the eggs into his mouth.
"Bob,"
he said, waiting for the minion to look up before holding the egg out towards him.
"This egg, the dragon egg. Do you see me eating any eggs right now?"
Realization slowly shone in Bob's eyes. "Oh!" With a sigh of disappointment, Bad Guy turned around again, clearing his throat and beginning again, lifting the egg high.
"With the dragon egg,"
he began meaningfully so that Bob wouldn't get confused yet again,
"we will soon have the power, the might, the unmitigated fury of a dragon at our—"
"What's unmitigated?" Bob interrupted from behind him. "Bob!" one of the other minions hissed. "Didn't you read the vocabulary list?" "We had a vocabulary list? Wait. Was that paper that was passed out yesterday?" "Yes." "Oh. I used it to start the fire for my eggs." Dark Lord Bad Guy heard the collective smack of face palms from his minions, an act he would have emulated had he not been holding the egg.
"Bob, would you mind? I'm trying to unveil my master plan here."
"Oh, sorry, boss. Won't happen again. I'll just shut up now."
"Nope. Moments passed. Bob ruined it."
"Aww," all the minions chorused with disappointment as Bad Guy placed the egg on the pedestal, one of them smacking Bob over the head.
"Go on. Find out when the hero's party is supposed to show up," Bad Guy ordered. "And Bob, we've gone over this. Read the vocabulary list. How am I supposed to do a grand unveiling of my dastardly plan if you keep interrupting? It's happened with 4 different monologues in front of heroes this year."
"Sorry, boss," Bob said sheepishly, holding his plate close. Bad Guy sighed, rubbing his eyebrow.
"I know you are. Just do better."
Later that evening, in his evil lair's inner sanctum, complete with a bubble bath and an evil rubber ducky. It's like a normal rubber ducky, but evil. He snapped his fingers and held out his hand.
"Bob, wine,"
he ordered. His favorite, if idiotic minion was quick to obey, the chalice of evil sangria being placed in his hand only a few moments after the command was given. The evil sangria, combined with the evil bubble bath, was the perfect combination to help him relax after a long day of being the Dark Lord. In fact, he was almost falling asleep when a plate was thrust under his nose, the delicious smell wafting into his nostrils. He opened his eyes to see a large platter bearing an omelet, an evil omelet, of course, laid out along its length.
Just wanted to apologize about earlier. So, fresh from cook. Here you go, boss.
Bob said sheepishly, making Bad Guy smile fondly.
"Ah, Bob, this is why I keep you around,"
he said before setting the chalice to the side and proceeding to enjoy one of the best omelets he had eaten in his entire life. When Bob took the plate away, Bad Guy burped and yawned, retrieving his glass of evil sangria and sinking further into the hot bath.
"Very good. Cook certainly outdid himself," he murmured.
He always does. And with just one egg,
Bob agreed energetically, earning a chuckle from Bad Guy.
"Indeed,"
he said, slowly dozing off.
So, when's the power and might going to kick in?
Bob's unexpected voice broke into his dozing state, causing him to sigh.
"Oh, I don't know,"
he said before frowning, cracking one eye open to see Bob frowning down at the empty platter, on which he had just been served a delicious omelet, a large omelet, that had only needed one egg. He opened both eyes.
"Bob,"
he said calmly, his minion looking up.
Yeah, boss.
"What egg did the cook use for that omelet?"
Bad Guy asked, feeling dread set in as he waited for the answer.
That one you wanted cooked earlier.
Bad Guy sat up.
"The one I wanted cooked?"
Well, see, you were saying how you didn't have any eggs and were wanting to eat that scaled one to gain the power of a dragon. Though, truth be told, I don't see how an omelet is supposed to give that to you.
There it was.
"Bob, did you just make an omelet out of my dragon egg?"
Bob hesitated. He knew he'd messed up somehow. He just wasn't quite sure how.
Yes?
"Wrong answer!"
And that was how Dark Lord Bad Guy, master of all the realm, came to need a new fortress. Bob looked from his master to the destroyed castle, still raining debris over the landscape, and then back to Bad Guy.
You know, I know it's not my place, boss, but I think that may have been an overreaction. It was just an omelet.
Bad Guy glared down at Bob.
"I regret giving you immortality so much."
Then why did you?
"Bob, run.
Run?
Run."
Why?
"Because I want a moving target."
The end.